Hi, I'm Miles from Chorley Group GoEV, and today I'm here to introduce you to the new Kia Niro EV. Kia has really thoroughly updated the Niro from its previous version, which came out back in 2016 as a hybrid and 2018 as the e-Niro. We can now see today this has been thoroughly updated with the look of Kia's other electric vehicles and other hybrid vehicles as well, such as the EV6, the Sportage. What we can see here, these LED lights with this sort of line running underneath, which is the LED daytime running light. These projector headlamps, which are very crisp LED headlamps, look really fantastic at night. This smoothed off grille and this sort of geometric design in here. Completely smooth because obviously it doesn't need the airflow, it doesn't have an engine that needs air directly. We have got vents down here for the climate control system, for the condenser for the air conditioning system, and for the cooling for the battery, etc. But mainly this is a very smooth looking front end, very aerodynamic and quite chunky and aggressive really. It really does look like a thoroughly new vehicle. Under the front as well, under this bonnet, we will find a front trunk. So under here we've got 20 litres of storage, plenty enough room to put your charging cable or adapter for the vehicle to load feature, which is part of this vehicle as well. In the previous version of the e-Niro, the charge flap was off to one side. Here it's dead central. So on the Niro EV we've just got the charge flap under here, we've got CCS charging and Type 2. So under here you can plug in to use your rapid chargers or your home charger, or you can use that vehicle to load adapter as well by plugging in through the front. So as we move around the car, we can take a look at the new wheel designs. These are 17-inch wheels. There's only one wheel option on the Niro range, regardless of which model you go for. These have got a very aerodynamic face on them, so they're very slippy, they cut through the air very nicely, and the 55 profile tyres mean it's a nice comfortable ride inside the vehicle. Down the side of the vehicle again we've got these C-shaped indicators on the wing mirrors, and that's sort of mirrored by this silver panel which wraps around the back. Now you don't have to have it silver, you can get it body coloured if you wish, but this silver panel here, as well as being a sort of stylish thing, has also got air vents which run under the back here, so the air can run down the side of the vehicle through these air vents and then kicks out just the other side of the rear lights here, and that creates like a curtain of air running down the vehicle and out the back. Gives better aerodynamics, better range as a result, and also looks kind of cool. Moving around the back of the vehicle, we've got, again, LED lights down here. The brake lights look fantastic when they're on, really frames the back of the car, and gives it, again, quite a sort of sporty look. We've got reversing camera here, reversing sensors obviously, and under the boot, which is electrically operated on this model, we've got a decent sized boot for all the family. So one thing I noticed in the boot here is actually this is the parcel shelf, and it's kind of like a sort of mesh net, a bit like your sort of metal frame like you get when you get a fold out tent. But I suppose it just saves weight, and it still does the same job, it's just very, very lightweight and flimsy. You wouldn't use it as a parcel shelf to store parcels on, you definitely want to put things underneath it. So what else we can see here is that the Kia Niro has got these black gloss roof rails, so if you want to carry roof loads, put a roof box on, that sort of thing, put cycles on, great. We've got a shark fin aerial on the roof as well, so that gives it a sporty edge. And I think really, overall, Kia has done a really good job with this vehicle in terms of making it look thoroughly modern, thoroughly updated, but also keeping the dimensions very similar to the previous model. Let's take a look on the inside and see how it goes. On the inside, the Niro EV has been thoroughly updated. It looks way more modern than its previous counterpart. A lot of this actually looks very similar to you'd see in the more expensive EV6. We've got this large double display running across 3/4 of the dashboard. We've got these cool blue lights that run along the interior here. I think you can change those based on the profile settings of the car. The same blue light is used around the drive mode selector down here. But overall, we've got a feeling of a lot more premium than the previous model. We've still got some harder plastics up here, but the shape of the door panels, the shape of these surfaces conveys more of a sort of Bang & Olufsen sort of high-end kitchen sort of feel, rather than the sort of scratchy plastics that you might expect to find inside a child's Happy Meal. All these screens come to life when we turn it on. So if we press the power button, the car turns on and the seat moves based on my profile. Here we can see we've got all the navigation controls, we've got the climate control, and that's switchable by we've basically got one row of buttons. We press on here and it switches between the two modes. The driver display, very easy to read up front. At the moment we're 75% charged and it's showing around 203 miles of range, which gives you an indication of the capability of this car. It's a 64.8 kilowatt hour battery, and the WLTP range is 286 miles. Now in the previous version, which had the same drivetrain, I did achieve over 275 miles myself when driving it in real world situations, so I've no reason to doubt Niro capabilities in this case. We've still got the drive modes, so we've got Eco, Normal and Sport, and they're changed by this drive mode button on the steering wheel here, and the range guess changes accordingly. We've got snow mode as well if we hold that down. Very, very high spec interior. We've got USB-A, USB-C, we've got QI wireless charging down here. We've got heated seats, ventilated seats in the front, heated steering wheel. All those sort of features that you'd expect on a really, high-end model. To justify its price tag, we've also got a sunroof as well, which, so that opens, so that's a nice feature as well. So overall, I think that Kia has really updated the interior here, and it looks great. These seats are not leather, but they feel different to normal vinyl seats. They're more of a, again, a bit like a sort of wetsuity sort of material. Perforated, I say ventilated, heated, so they're not going to have those problems with sort of sweaty backs that you get in some leather cars in summer. The headrests sort of seem to jut out and float over the headrests of the seats, so that's nice. Overall, the interior is very, very cool. Thoroughly modernised, thoroughly improved. Let's take a look. In the back of the vehicle, we've got a great amount of space. I mean, I'm 5'11", I've got a good few inches of legroom here. Headroom's absolutely fine. Yeah, a good few inches above there. These seats are sort of sculpted out of plastic, and the way that they're cut does give you extra legroom. I think we've got USB-C inputs here and here, so charging devices for kids in the rear is going to be fine. We've got air vents down on here as well for the rear passengers, so that's nice to see. On this model, we've also got 3-stage heated seats in the back on the outer pair. We have an armrest with a couple of cup holders. And it's a flat floor through the middle, so actually if you're doing a shortish trip, you could have 3 adults in the car, and there's definitely somewhere to put your feet, which is great. Definitely a good 4 adult seater car, plus a small one in the middle. Or if you've got 3 kids across the back, I think that could work as well. This is slightly cinema style seating here. We've got slightly higher seating in the back we're doing the front, so you can sort of look down over the driver's seats and get a really good view of the road ahead, which does help with preventing travel sickness as well. So overall, it's a really nice place to be. These backrests on the seats can be adjusted to change the angle, or of course fall completely flat. So if you want a more reclined seating position, or if you want it sitting up a bit more, that can be changed. One thing I can see on the inside as well, sound system as well, this one with the Harman Kardon speakers really does sound excellent when you crank up the volume. So if, like me, you want to rock out to some classic tunes, that's all the better for it. So one of the features which the Kia Niro EV has is the summon feature, or the sort of reverse park feature as well. If you find yourself in a car park and it's a bit tight to reverse into, to be able to actually get out of the car yourself as well, you can in fact just stop in front of the space, and using the key you can reverse the car back into the space, and it will check around the car, make sure it doesn't hit anything. And then when you want to get your car out again you can use your key, drag the car back out again. So you don't have to risk any door dings, don't have to risk sort of scratching everybody else's car. This sorts it all out. So let's give it a go. So all you need to do is click twice on the lock button, and then hold this little top button here until it wakes up. And there's some little indicators come on the wing mirror to show you that that's working. And then we hold the reverse button, and the car switches on, it starts to move. Always a good idea for you to look around the car whilst it's doing this, making sure that nobody else jumps in the way. And there we have it. So unfortunately today we've not been able to drive this car out on the open road. This is a pre-production version that Kia has just brought to us for the day. However, by the end of this month, so by the end of June, you'll be able to test drive this for yourself at Chorley Group Kia in Blackpool. If you'd like to arrange a test drive, please get in contact with Chorley Group today. They'll make sure they look after you. Thank you.